Hey man, you got up for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Fleeson, Guin, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now with our new location at 3636 North Ridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jan Schumacher families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product or promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Eflin. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Stryker Soccer Complex. We're on the stadium field this afternoon for today's doubleheader with the Kapaun Mount Carmel Crusaders. The junior varsity contest will be kicking it off here in, about 6 minutes or so. And we're glad to have you on board, of course, wherever you are on planet Earth. tell you a little bit about the conditions here today. The conditions for soccer are, quite honestly, pretty terrible. The wind is blowing 35 miles an hour steady, as you can tell by my microphone. Even with the scorecard held up, I'm unable to block out the wind very much here at Stryker. So the wind is blowing 35 miles an hour. It's blowing in our face. We are on the north side of the field. A south wind blowing across the field. So that just means that they're going to play a lot of the game in front of us instead of in front of the benches. Grizzlies coming in, reeling from two big losses at home on Thursday night to Wichita Southeast, 4-0 and 7-1. The two scores in the JV and varsity games, respectively, and the absence of our two goalkeepers was certainly felt on Thursday night against that very good Southeast High Buffalo team. Kapaun Mount Carmel comes in on a roll. They're playing very well. They are acknowledged as the team to beat in the City League, and a lot of people are already projecting them to be in the 5A state final this year. A very, very good team. Our work is going to be cut out for us here tonight against the Crusaders. We'll just have to see how it goes. They got to play the games, and that's why we're all here. One of the things that they have done differently since our last visit here, they have the soccer markings as the primary markings on the field now, and the football markings are the secondary markings. So if you look at the field on your camera, you can see the soccer lines are very bright and the football markings are very faded. That will help us bring the pictures to you. Speaking of pictures, we're not sure how that's going to go tonight either. With this wind up here, we've already lost one piece of equipment to the wind. It literally got blown overboard while we were setting up tonight. We also have no videographer tonight. I am alone here in the booth, and I'm not sure with this wind how much I'm going to be able to do. I'm literally going to try and do this, showing you the pictures, looking at the video monitor rather than the viewfinder on the camera, because the wind is so bad up there. So that's where we're at. We've got 3 minutes to kick off. Let's take 2 of them for a timeout, and we'll be back. We don't have any starters. We'll tell you who's on the field for Northwest as they take the field. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Campaign on this property and it's sold right. Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hi friends, Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number 1, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford. Experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
And we're back now at Stryker Field, waiting the opening kickoff. Teams have yet to take the field. Northwest is in their road blues tonight. Solid blues, tops and bottoms, with white numerals and white trim. Kapaun in their home. I said that backwards. Let me try it again. Okay. Northwest is in their road whites with blue trunks and blue numerals, and they will play from left or right here in the first half. And Kapaun is in their home blues. Kapaun will kick off to start the junior varsity contest. Referees are getting in place. Northwest kicks off, and we are underway here. And actually, I should say Kapaun kicked off, because that would have been correct. Kapaun kicks it off. And the ball quickly out of play. It's going to come out of play a lot on our side of the field because of this 35-mile-an-hour wind. Isaac Alvarez Davalos throws it in, and he gets it to Emerson Ernest, number 5. Also out there with him, Memphis Estrada, number 7. Jude Sizemore, number 8. Number 6 is Julian Garcia Fessler. Here's Kapaun on a march early on here. Free shot coming, and it goes over everything. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Daniel Avila is in goal for Northwest. David George on defense will be taking the free kick. He's joined back there on defense by Isaac, who I mentioned earlier. Craig Kemrick is on the far side, number 3. Kapaun sees it rejected by the Grizzlies, and it will roll out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Crusaders. Northwest in white, Kapaun in blue. That one goes in and out, borne by the wind, and now Isaac throws it in. Zane Umeri, number 10, for Northwest, gets it, and then they try and send one through when it's blocked. Emerson Ernest sends it back now on the near side to Isaac. We're not doing a very good job here of getting you pictures. Let's fix that problem. That one goes out of play. Boy, this wind up here is just wreaking havoc on the equipment. This may be a short night the way things are going here. Here's a corner kick coming from Kapaun, and of course they can't get the ball to settle because the wind is so bad. Boy, this is the windiest game of the year. Loose in front. Kapaun gets a shot off the crossbar of the football goalpost, which will make it a goal kick for Northwest. Offside call against Kapaun will give Northwest a free kick. If you're just joining us, we're just underway, 4 minutes in. Kapaun with the ball again. That one's cleared out. By David George. This one goes back, and ooh, that was almost an own goal by the Grizzlies. It'll turn out to be a corner kick here for Kapaun. They'll do it on the near side into the teeth of this 40-mile-an-hour, 30-mile-an-hour wind. Kapaun controls. Now David George clears it away. And Memphis has it for Northwest. Brings it out to the 30. Kapaun intercepts it and brings it back. Craig Kamrick defensively for Northwest. Kapaun still with it. And Fessler clears it out for Northwest. Goes right back to Kapaun. There's a shot deflected. It's going to go wide, and that should be a corner kick for Kapaun. And it is. It'll be taken on the far side of the field. That one's cleared out by Craig Kamrick. It'll be another corner kick on the far side for the Crusaders. That one goes over everything. Now it'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Seven minutes gone, first half, no score. Grizzlies will get the throw in here. And they throw it out here towards center. That one gets bounced out of play and off of Fessler, and Kapaun quickly throws it in. And we're going to do this. Folks, we're going to do this different. We're going to leave everything live. But this camera's not working the way, it's just not going to work. So we're going to do something I've never done. I'm actually going to move the table while we're on the air. Let's see if that works and see if I can. I may not be able to do that, though. In fact, I already know I can't. I don't know why I even tried it. This is not going to work here. Let's just flat out, it's not working. Let's see what we can do here. Avila picks it up for Northwest. He's going to get a goal kick out of it. Sends it out towards center. And it's picked off there by Kapaun. And the Crusaders bring it back down. Here's one through ball to Memphis, and he couldn't control it. Kapaun gets it right back. Avila with the pickup. Nice boot in with the wind cross pattern. That one gets blown out by the wind. It'll be a throw in for Northwest, and Isaac will handle the chore. And Kapaun comes away with it. This is not a program that you can afford to throw the ball to them. There's one right to Avila. He'll have a goalkeeper distribution. I mentioned the weather being with the wind and the weather. I didn't say anything else about it. It's overcast skies here in Wichita today. And the game time temperature, 78 degrees. Not a bad day weather-wise, except for the wind. And in true Stryker fashion, the wind is blowing 20 miles an hour harder here than it is anywhere else in the state of Kansas. This place is an absolute weather pit. And if you wondered why we didn't webcast the football game on Friday, of course we got rained out anyway. We wouldn't have been able to do it. But the decision was made before that not to come here because the broadcast conditions are so poor. There's one intended for Fessler to run through to, but it's going to go out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Kapaun. And a bunch of subs come in for both teams. We're not going to be giving you names here for Kapaun tonight. Not being by ourselves, we'll attempt here to tell you who comes in for Northwest when we can. Oscar Morales just came in, along with Quincy O. And the third one came in. I got to figure out who it was. I lost him. And they finally, I think, they called it out of bounds. Morales will throw it in for Northwest. And down it comes. A good lead pass from the Crusaders, but there to get it is David George. He clears it wide on the far side. Follows his own clearance, but Kapaun's still with it. They center it. Craig Kamrick knocks it out of play. The wind holds it up, stays in. Kamrick wins it for the moment, but Kapaun comes back with it. There's a shot and a score. Kapaun draws first blood. Comes with 17 minutes to go here in the first half. Northwest will kick it off, and we're back underway. And players go down, no call, and Northwest comes away with the ball. They send one that's going to go out of play. The wind carried it out. Morellis can't clear it. Kapaun with it. Grizzlies trail 1-0. 16 remaining, first half. First of two here tonight. There's a crossing pass and good defensive play there by the Grizzlies that time to prevent the shot on goal. Wow. Goal kick coming for Northwest. Jamie. Umeri comes out for the Grizzlies and is replaced by Emerson Ernest. Kind of nearly whiffed on that goal kick, and Kapaun's going to come away with it here. Craig kicks it while it's down, no call. There's a long one that's going to go in, and Avila punches it away and then falls on it, and he'll have a goalkeeper distribution. Hey. One moment, folks. April Isbell has arrived to assist. For which we are eternally grateful. There's a crossing pass that's going to go back to center, a shot, and a score. Oh my goodness. Good crossing pass back from the Crusaders to get the goal. And give me just a minute here to confer with my esteemed partner. It's a bit windy up here. I couldn't go across the fence, as I believe the Kapaun crew is going to be up here for the varsity game. All right, we're back underway, folks. On the far side, Craig Cameron will throw it in for Northwest. Crusaders have it back in the penalty area. Centering pass goes going to go through all the way over the goal line for a Northwest goal kick. 12:48 to go, first half, 1-0. 2-0, excuse me, Kapaun Mount Carmel. Goal kick coming from David George, out to center. Kapaun intercepts it. Here come the Crusaders back on the near side. Crossing pass, who's going to get it? Crusaders have it, top of the penalty area. Craig Cameron clears it out. Fessler can't get to it. Kapaun gets it, and here they come back. City of Wichita has issued a clean underwear alert for tonight because of this 35-mile-an-hour wind. And I swear to you, if you leave the Stryker complex, it is not windy. There's nothing up here to break it at all. There's a through ball and a nice play by Danny Avila to prevent the shot on goal. He came out and played that very well. Now his goalkeeper distribution ended up on the foot of a Crusader. Out it comes to center. Back over here on the near side. Emerson Ernest fights hard for it. Julian Garcia Fessler goes down. He gets back up. Crusaders bring it back down. Kapaun with the numbers. Kapaun doing a great job of spreading the ball around. Centering pass, now back up forward over to the near side. Grizzlies double team the ball and can't clear it or can't win it, but a foul's going to be called on Kapaun, and it will be a free kick for Northwest. 10 minutes to go, first half. 2-0 Grizzlies trail. All the way down to the 20. And there's one centered, and the first touch of the night by the Kapaun Mount Carmel goalkeeper comes off a centering pass from Jude Sizemore. Good pass on the left side. And stripped away by Fessler. Good job by Julian that time. Defensively for Northwest. Kapaun brings it all the way back out to center. And now here's a chance for Northwest. Fessler comes up from his defensive spot. Penalty area, shot, and it goes over the top of the goal, and it will be a goal kick for the Crusaders. First opportunity to score tonight for Northwest, and the shot just high. Teams are subbing in. I did not see who came in for Northwest. Goal kick taken, back underway. Here come the Crusaders down the center of the field. That one rolls out of play. It'll turn over to the Crusaders. And again, that wind is taking the ball and blowing it toward us. This might have been a good game to play indoors tonight, where there is no wind. But there are other soccer activities going on here at the Stryker complex. I found a spot where the wind isn't in my mic, right here. This is it. I'm going to spend the whole night right here. Because we have to share this space. This is an art. I'll explain it to you later. I would like nothing more than to swing it around. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it though, because I have everything all tied down. I don't think we can do it. Kapaun with it in their own end. 6 minutes and change remaining, first half. Kapaun 2, Northwest 0. Kapaun will throw it in front of the benches over there. Northwest Memphis brings it up, now has it rejected. Coming back to get it is Isaac, and he may just let it go. And nope, he stopped it. And that was Oscar Morales, not Isaac, excuse me. And Kapaun gets it as the ball rolls out of play. Back out to center. Down the near side. Crusaders with it, centering pass, and it's rejected there. Pretty good play, if I do say so, by Christopher Correa Sandoval to clear it out. Kapaun with it, there's another shot. And that one is lodged between the two crossbars. Never seen that before. Good punch out by David George. It will be a goal kick for Northwest. And it will come with 4.5 remaining in the first half. Very quickly moving first half, only 2 stoppages of play so far in this first half. Here's Kapaun sending it over the goal line. I think that was deflected. And it will be a corner kick for the Crusaders. From the far side, they'll have the wind at their back. And this is pretty dangerous here, folk. In the air it comes, and it comes through everything, and Emerson Ernest has it taken off of his foot. Memphis can't control it, and here comes Kapaun Mount Carmel back. At the 40, long centering pass into the penalty area. And that one goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for Northwest as nobody got to it. Goal kick coming with 2:40 to go in the first half, and the Grizzlies down by 2. And my non-windy spot got windy real quick. Evidently the wind figured it out and followed me here. We have a player down for Northwest. And he quickly gets up and hobbles. I think that, can't tell who that is. Looks like Emerson Ernest, it is. Kapaun will sub in a player here, inside 2 minutes to go. At halftime of this contest, we may have a brief shutdown. We're going to try and move our table. I'm going to make the Crusaders kick us out. April Isbell is struggling as much as I am with the positioning of the camera. That one gets kicked out of play. It'll belong to Northwest. Morales throws it into Memphis. Memphis with it. 3 guys on Memphis defensively for Kapaun. And Kapaun wins it back. They head it out. It'll turn over to Northwest. Less than a minute to go, first half. Seconds to go now. And there's the halftime horn. And at halftime, it's Northwest trailing Kapaun 2-0. We'll be back with more here in 3 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching NWHS Grizz on the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Friendly is finding a better rate, an instant debit card, scholarships and teacher grants for projects, loans specifically for teachers and healthcare professionals, being the #1 auto lender for a reason. More than $400,000 in community partnerships. Credit Union of America. Welcome to Friendly. Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This property and it's sold right. Shall we book it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Mel Hamilton Ford. Have you been thinking about a new SUV? Right now is a great time to buy a new Ford at the big Ford of 119th and West Kellogg. EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition. Mel Hamilton Ford is sure to have the right vehicle to fit your size. And you know you can count on us with this great selection to find the right SUV at the best price to fit your budget. Check us out online or in person. Let us make your purchase easy with pickup and delivery right from your home or work. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
to redefine yourself,
to improve yourself,
to challenge yourself,
to realize there's more in you
than you ever knew
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
the best training,
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
Welcome back to Stryker Field and the Stryker Soccer Complex. The junior varsity game is at halftime, and the Grizzlies trail at half by a score of 2-0. So this game is certainly within reach of them being able to do something. Down only 2, playing on a very windy day, not a very good soccer day at all. And it's always so windy here at Stryker, and for the life of me, I do not know why. But it seems like it's always been that way. All the years I was at Kapaun doing their broadcasts from the Crow's Nest, what used to be the Crow's Nest, up here, and that's long gone. The Crow's Nest is basically where we were sitting, or where we are sitting now, but that was wide open, and there was no building across the way like there is now. And it was even windier then. But it's still plenty darn windy here, and it's like a wind tunnel. Not much we can do about it. Let's bring you up to speed on our upcoming schedule of events. We don't play on Thursday. Thursday is our bye week. There is a chance that junior varsity will play a game to replace the Trinity game they didn't get because Trinity didn't have a JV squad. That is still up in the air as of the last time I heard. So if they do play, I don't know where it would be, whether it's a home game or a road game. If JV plays on Thursday, the game will not be broadcast. So it really doesn't matter from that aspect of it. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday night. Next Tuesday night, we go to South again, this time to play the Titans in a City League contest. We'll be on the East Grass Field. JV will kick it off at 5 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 4:45, and Varsity will play after the JV contest. Then on Thursday next, we go home to take on the North High Red Hawks, and they are red hot this year. They are playing some great soccer. That's going to be one heck of a game and one heck of a challenge for this young Grizzlies squad. That's next Thursday night, so come on out and support your Grizzlies next Thursday. We've got about 3 minutes remaining before they start the second half. We're going to go ahead and just turn the mic down and let you enjoy some Silent Sunday for a minute. We play East. schedule or not.
I know they're city league, so
Yeah, we don't play every team in the city league. Every team in the city league has one other team they don't play. And I think we don't play South this year.
I know one of the South teams.
Oh, come on. No, that's nothing. I used to work with that guy, walking up the steps. He's the AD at Kapaun. He was the AD when I was there, and then he gave it up. And for 5 years it was somebody else, and that somebody else retired, and he took it back. Think this will be better for you, this birch? Careful your phone doesn't blow off. My wife went somewhere. All right, folks, we're getting set here for the second half of our junior varsity contest here. Grizzlies going to need to make up a 2-goal deficit. They're wearing their road whites, and almost lost that. Making sure everything is anchored down here. They will be playing from right to left here in the second half. They kick it off, and we're underway here in half number 2. Emerson Ernest sends it forward, back to Ernest. Now he's going to dish it back further. Mary sends it back. There's a long one being borne by the wind, gets kicked out of play. And that should be a corner kick for Northwest. So the Grizzlies get the early corner. Kapaun, excuse me, with the early corner. Old habits are hard to break, April. I'm used to blue being Kapaun, and then I got used to blue being Northwest. There's a centering pass, right through the wickets of everybody, but a shot and a score. Wow. Hit the crossbar, bounce down, and into the net, and it's 3-0. Tell you who scored that one. Assuming I don't lose this while I'm trying to make a transfer. This darn wind. Let's do it this way. John Maggard scores it for the Crusaders. make it 3-0 early in the second half. And Kapaun again working it down. Grizzlies need to clear it out. Johnny Hune on defense for Northwest here as we start the second half. And he's joined back there by Craig Cameron, Christopher Correa Sandoval, and Isaac Alvarez Davalos. Ernest lost it. Here comes Kapaun with a chance. Johnny Hune made a nice sliding tackle. Comes up, has the ball, and he gets it up towards center, but it's intercepted. Possession being so difficult for Northwest, it would really help if they would lure us a shot going wide for a goal kick. And with that wind blowing, it'll end up back at Northwest High. And they're saying that was deflected, so it's going to be a corner kick for Kapaun. From the near side, they'll have the wind pushing it toward the goal. This is going to be an advantage for the Crusaders for sure. Out in front of the penalty goal area. And that one gets sent over the goal line. That's going to be another corner kick. This time it'll be on the other side. Crusaders with back-to-back corners. That's very interesting how the Kapaun player moved the flag. That's going to come all the way over on the out on this side. It'll be a throw-in for the Crusaders. And the throw-in comes in very quickly. Maggard, who just scored, gives it up. There's a foul on the play. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. And it's not a foul, it's an offside. And here's Memphis taking one away and bringing it up the field. At the 30, the 25, the 20, 15. He goes 1-on-3 and then coughs it up. Back out to center. Sizemore tried a long blast and it was blocked. Now this one's going to come toward the near sideline. Kapaun has it. And they start working it back down the field again. Headed away by Sandoval. This one comes back in for the Crusaders. A centering pass, and it's intercepted by Emerson Ernest. But he can't control it. Kapaun's still with it. Time of possession largely in favor of the Crusaders here tonight. And that one is kicked over the goal line. It'll be a corner kick for Kapaun. That one is short, out in front. David George clears it. There's a shot that goes over everything, and that'll be a goal kick for the Crusaders. That shot that time by John Maggard, who scored the goal a moment ago. Avila waiting substitutions as Memphis came out. Not sure who came in for him. I didn't see it. This one goes wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Northwest. towards center it comes. Kapaun brings it right back into the penalty area. Nice play that time by Johnny to block a potential shot and clear the ball out. Kapaun comes right back with it, though. There's a centering pass, and this shot goes over everything, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. 22:40 remaining in the game. 3-0, Grizzlies trail. Goal kick taken and intercepted by Kapaun. Maggard again, this time he centers one. There's a long shot. That goes high and over everything, and it will be another goal kick for Northwest. Kapaun subs in 3 players. Cameron. Give and go back to Craig. He tries to send it forward. It's blocked, and here comes Kapaun with it. Grizzlies get it back out to center, but Kapaun controls it, and they start another rush. Up the near side come the Crusaders. This one goes over. That'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Varsity game will take place 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, so stay with us for the varsity contest. Give you time to grab a snack and a drink, sit down and be comfortable. Another goal kick coming for Northwest. And I would say that 95% of the play in this second half has been to the right-hand side of the center line in front of Danny Avila. There's a kick held up by the wind, and Kapaun gets it. Top of the penalty area. And now they're going to call what? They're calling something. The referee that called it was the furthest away from it. Let's see what the call is. They're calling a foul on Northwest, looks like. Outside the penalty area. Northwest with a 5-man wall in front of Avila. Here it comes. Oh, it's a fake, and that one is sent wide. It will be a goal kick for Northwest and a break for the Grizzlies. 18:50 to go in the game. Grizzlies down 3-0. And I'm going to correct myself and tell you that that's going to be a corner kick now for Kapaun. Ball must have obviously was deflected. Loose in front. Avila got a foot on it. still loose and finally kicked out of play. That'll be another corner for Kapaun. Given the amount of possession time in front of Avila and how much of it is in the penalty area, we're good to only be down 3-0. Loose in front, headed away by David George, I believe. Kapaun coughs it, gets it back again, brings it forward. Shot coming, and it's blocked by the defense. Kapaun gets it back at the 15-yard line. That one goes out of play, and I think that'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Ball knocked out of play over there. It'll be a throw-in for the Grizzlies. And that one goes back out. It'll turn over to Kapaun. Grizzly football will be webcast live Friday night from Northwest Stadium. Grizzlies will entertain the Blue Aces of East High in a City League matchup. We'll be on the air at 6:30 on Friday night with the pregame show, and the football kickoff is set for 7:05 on Friday night. 7:05 for the kickoff. Hope you'll join us right here on NWHS Grizz, Northwest YouTube channel. Kapaun bringing it forward yet again. Edge of the penalty area. There's centering it. There's a shot blocked by Sandoval. That one goes through now wide, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest, and a defensive stand by the Grizzlies, led that time by Christopher Correa Sandoval. 15 minutes to go in the game, 3-0. Grizzlies trail. David George going out. And let's see who replaced him back there. Another chance for Kapaun, centering one and cleared away only momentarily. Here's a shot coming off the post, loose in front. Avila slides down to make the tackle on the ball. It's kicked out of play. It'll be a corner kick for Kapaun Mount Carmel, but Danny Avila made a nice play. And the Crusaders will do the corner kick. Is that in the way? That tape? No. There's one loose in front. Craig Cameron knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Kapaun. Throw-in comes in, top of the penalty area. Grizzlies with it, far side. That one gets knocked into the bleachers where the Northwest fans are over there, or at least some of them. This is one of the few venues, soccer-wise, where the fans, or some of the fans, are on the same side as the players are. They usually keep them separated. That one goes out of play. Grizzlies making some substitutions on the far side. That one gets headed out by Kamrick. It'll be a throw in for the Crusaders, but they're going to sub in 3 players. A lot of liberal substitutions being made by Kapaun Mount Carmel. Here's a chance for Northwest. Umeri single-handedly got it down there deep. Nolan Anderson fighting for it. Now Kapaun comes away with it. And Kapaun sends a long one. Here's a breakaway for the Crusaders. And Avila is there to get the ball. And he knows he did it as John Maggard overlet himself. Pretty good boot by Avila with this wind being what it is. Kamrick to Anderson. Kapaun comes away with it. Offside called against Kapaun. It'll be a free kick for Northwest. And still awaiting the restart. Here we go. They kept it down and tried to get it to Anderson. Anderson has it taken off of his feet. Memphis Estrada with it, fighting hard. 1-on-3 is Estrada. It goes out of play. They'll give it to Northwest. And before they throw it in, we're going to have some substitutions coming in for the Grizzlies. David George returns, along with Eli Cabral. And I didn't see the third one. George will throw it in. Sizemore loses it. Kapaun comes away with it. And they are getting set for their build-up here to work their way downfield. At their own 30, Maggard sends it forward. Intercepted there by by Oscar Morales, excuse me. And that one's going to go out of play. It'll turn over to Northwest. Break for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies down by 3 here. It'd be nice to see him start it off by getting the Schneider off the board. This one's going to go all the way back to Avila. Advantage called there, no foul. Nice spin move. There's a shot, and that'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Up the near side. Cabral pushed off the ball by Kapaun. Now they bring it back. Top of the penalty area and feeding it over here to the near side. There's a centering pass, bicycle kick misses. There's a shot, and that goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. 6:45 remaining in the game. 3-0 Kapaun. Kapaun throw-in will be delayed while they make a line change, bringing in 5 players. There's a rare touch by the Kapaun goalie. That's the first time he has touched the ball this half, and I believe that to be Armani Villagrana in goal. More substituting for Kapaun. 4 minutes to go in the JV contest. Looks like the issue is no longer in doubt. Just a matter of what will the final score be. That one goes out of play, and quick throw in from the Crusaders. David George knocks it out again. Johnny Hune goes down. Play continues. And Memphis has it on the near side. Gets around one man. Sends one forward, intercepted by the Crusaders. Back it comes. Memphis again with it. Brings it up himself across midfield. Centers one. Taken away again by Kapaun. And Kapaun brings it out of their own end on the far side of the field and brings it down. We have a collision at the 30-yard line, and player from each team helps them up. That's the kind of sportsmanship I like to see. And a free kick coming for Northwest. Memphis can't control it. It's taken away by the Crusaders. In the center circle, they bring it out. Send one wide. And Kapaun's got something working here on the far side. Now that may have been too far, and it is. It'll go out of play. And I believe that'll be a goal kick. Play by Northwest to clear it out. Kapaun still has it down there, though. That one goes over the goal line. That'll be a goal kick for the White Shirts. And there's 1 minute remaining in the game. Grizzlies, with all the play in front of Danny Avila in this game, have done a tremendous job in this half after giving up a goal in the first minute of keeping Kapaun Mount Carmel out of the net the balance of the game. A tremendous defensive effort. If you're looking for a silver lining, that's it, folks. Who scored it for Northwest is what I want to know. Grizzlies get one, get the Schneider off the board with 13 seconds remaining in the game. Say what? April thinks David Avila scored the goal for Northwest. We'll give it to him, not knowing any different. So the Grizzlies won't be shut out here after all. Something to build on for next time. There's the horn. That makes it final, and the final score here is Kapaun Mount Carmel 3-1. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back, and then we'll get it going for the pregame show for Varsity. Stay with us. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Intrust Bank is a major sponsor of the Northwest Soccer program through the Eric Profit Scholarship Tournament. At Intrust Bank, we place our values at the center of everything we do. It's a philosophy we have followed for more than 140 years. This principled approach to business is encapsulated into 3 words: tradition for today. This principle makes us different from the rest. Check out Intrust Bank today at intrustbank.com.
Campaign this property and it's sold right. Shall we book it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi, friends. Bill Nightingale, General Manager of Mel Hamilton Ford. Are you looking for a used car, truck, or SUV? With the largest selection in the state, you're sure to find the vehicle you're searching for at Mel Hamilton Ford. At the Big Corner, customers are number one, so every used vehicle is checked out in our shop by a certified technician before it goes out on the lot for sale. Shop Mel Hamilton Ford first, a dealer you can trust. Visit us out on West Kellogg today or shop us online at mhford.com. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
Back at Stryker Field, where the junior varsity Grizzlies fall 3-1 the final against the Kapaun Mount Carmel Crusaders. 60 seconds for the pregame show with head coach Austin Clifton, and then we'll be back with starting lineups. You're watching NWHS Grizz. This is the Northwest YouTube channel when you're watching Grizzly Soccer.
Hey man, you going out for football?
Band class still needs you, man.
Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
This is the McCurdy Real Estate at Auction Varsity pregame show. Coach Austin Clifton reviews the last varsity game and takes a look at today's upcoming contest. Sponsored by McCurdy Real Estate at Auction. Real estate, but better. And now, let's join Coach Clifton with Kevin Arkin.
Our City League doubleheader continues now at Stryker Field. The varsity squads will be kicking it off here shortly. And we're joined, as always, on our pregame show by our head coach, Austin Clifton. Coach, a very pleasant evening here at Stryker Field tonight, and looking back on our game last week, we had Southeast at home, and Southeast has really improved a lot over last year.
Yeah, they're very good. They returned a lot of the players that they had last year, so we knew that they would be experienced. We knew that they were going to be good. We saw some of their results leading up to our game, but we just didn't play very well, and you can't do that against good teams. They're going to punish you, and that's why the score line ended up the way that it did. And we just got to learn from it and keep moving forward, because tonight's going to be even tougher.
Is it my imagination, or is the City League vastly improved, top to bottom, over last year?
Yeah, I think last year a lot of teams were really young, and we were kind of the more experienced team, and now it's kind of switched drastically where we're kind of the younger, inexperienced team, and everybody else kind of returned their teams from last year. So yeah, it's definitely more competitive from top to bottom, and we're trying to find our feet in the midst of it, and it's been tough. So yeah.
And it won't get it easier tonight, because Kapaun Mount Carmel always seems to give us fits. Whether we win or lose against them, it's always a tough battle, and we're going to play them in their own ballpark tonight, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it'll be tough, and they played a tough schedule so far. They go to Kansas City and play in their early season tournament. They played some really good teams. They played Washburn. They've played East. They played some teams that we've played, and they beat them. So they're the team that I think is going to be the best in the City League. They returned pretty much their entire team from last year, and they look dangerous. So it'll be a good game. It'll be a good test for us. And the good thing is it shouldn't be anything new for us, because we played such a hard schedule. So
What's your plan for tonight? Anything special? Anything different with dealing with a quality team like Kapaun, plus all the injuries we've had to deal with?
No, nothing different. Just still working on the things that we've been trying to fix and improve and work on, and hopefully we've got some bodies back that we didn't have last week. Landon played against Southeast, which did make a difference despite the scoreline. And Pierce is working his way back. He's slowly starting to practice. He probably won't play tonight, but hopefully maybe back next week, and then we'll see about AJ in a couple weeks. So those are the only ones that we have right now. Max had a little bit of a hamstring injury after the West game, so hopefully he's back. But we're getting close to fully healthy, and hopefully that'll help make a big difference.
I was very surprised. We had AJ on during halftime of the Southeast game. We talked to him briefly, and he was the one that told us that he thought he would be back in a couple of weeks. And with the severity of his clavicle injury, I just figured he'd be lost for almost the whole season.
No, it seems for some reason we had it during the girls' season too, where Anai broke her collarbone, and she was back within the season. So despite it seems like it's a really harsh injury, but they seem to come back in 4 to 6 weeks off even a broken collarbone. So yeah, he broke his clavicle, but they told us 6 weeks, so it's been about 3 right now, and hopefully we get him back in 3 more.
Okay, well, we'll wish you the best of luck tonight against Kapaun Mount Carmel. Tough night, and then we have Thursday night off, and I know that off night is kind of welcome news for you. It gives us a chance to heal some of those bodies.
Yeah, it would be really nice having a 1-game week this week, especially for the varsity guys who had their tournament. And it kind of sucks for the JV who have been sitting for a long time, but I think we picked up a game for them on Thursday for the Trinity game that we lost, so hopefully they get a game in on Thursday against Eisenhower, and we'll figure out the details on that soon. But yeah, it'll be nice to hopefully get a day off practice and let them relax a little bit, especially depending on how we play on Tuesday. So we should go all out. We should go pedal to the metal, and knowing that we don't have a game on Thursday, we should give it all Tuesday.
Okay, best of luck tonight. We'll look forward to a visit with you before next Tuesday's game.
Yes, thank you.
Head Coach Austin Clifton on our pregame show. Stay tuned. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. Then we'll be back with the starting lineup and the play-by-play of today's game against the Kapaun Mount Carmel Crusaders. You're watching NWHS Grizz and the Northwest YouTube channel. This is Grizzly Soccer.
Shall we book it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself,
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
the best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
West.
Go, go, go!
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies soccer is on the air. Welcome to everyone in Grizzly Nation to another webcast of your Wichita Northwest Grizzlies as they take on the best teams in Kansas and pursue a 6A state title. Follow your Grizzlies all season long on youtube.com/NWHSGrizz. Today's webcast is brought to you through the support of the many sponsors of this year's Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament, including the following: Mel Hambledon Ford on the big corner of 119th West in Kellogg. We're better. We're proving it. You be the judge. Thank you, Lisa Hamilton. And by Aerotech Engineering, 5555 North 119th Street West in Mays, serving customers that rank among the world's largest manufacturers of civilian and military aircraft. Thank you, Tom Simon and everyone at Aerotech Engineering. By Tom Lassiter and Fleeson, Guin, Colson, and Kitch, attorneys in the Epic Center at 301 North Main. We believe our clients' best interests and needs are our own. By Intrust Bank of Wichita, 105 North Main with branches throughout Sedgwick County. Intrust is built on value. We change to meet the times, but we will never change our principles. By Dan Garreau and the law firm of Dugan & Garreau, experts in personal injury, business law, workers' compensation, wills, and trusts. Now with our new location at 3636 North Ridge Road, Suite 100. By McCurdy Real Estate and Auction on East 13th Street, just east of K96, serving Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma for over 40 years. Real estate, but better. By the Joe and Judy Coughlin and the Chris and Jan Schumacher families, strong supporters of Grizzly soccer through the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund. By Emerson Biggins, 808 East Douglas at the east edge of Old Town. Come visit Emerson Biggins and enjoy the great food, cold brews, and hospitality of Luis Lopez and his staff today. By Hurricane Sports Bar at the corner of 13th and Tyler. Luis Lopez has brought his hospitality west to make it convenient to Grizzly Nation. By Credit Union of America, where members are the owners. With branches all over the Wichita metro area, Credit Union of America stands ready to serve you. By Todd Eflin Narrates. Hey, that's me. Voiceovers for audiobooks, product or promotional videos, telephone systems, and business commercials. By the Robert L. Gould Foundation, a philanthropic trust assisting the educational needs of young people at Northwest for over 10 years. By the Eric Profit Memorial Soccer Fund, providing scholarship assistance to Northwest soccer seniors each year through the support of the Eric Profit Scholarship Golf Tournament. And by the many other sponsors who make this webcast possible. And now, to the field and to the voice of the Grizzlies, Kevin Arkin.
And welcome back to Stryker Field. Thanks again, Todd Eflin. And welcome to Stryker. It is almost time for the varsity contest here between the Grizzlies and the Crusaders of Kapaun Mount Carmel High School. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth. And Northwest comes into this game hurt and reeling from a big loss Thursday night at home against the Southeast Golden Buffaloes. They dropped a 7-1 decision to the Buffs in a game that they were never in. The score is pretty much reflective of how the game went. They were never in it on Thursday night at all, and I'm having a hard time here. Bear with me, folks. I'm fighting the wind again. If you're just joining us, we'll tell you about the weather conditions here at Stryker. They are their usual horrible conditions. Here at this Stryker, there is no place worse with weather than this place. I don't understand it. It's always 20 degrees colder than anywhere else, and the wind is always blowing 10 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour harder than anywhere else. Current temperature is 75 degrees here in Wichita. We have clearing skies. They were cloudy throughout the JV contest, but the sun is out and will remain out now until it sets here in about an hour. Wind blowing 35 miles an hour, gusting to 45. and you'll be able to tell that all evening long through the microphone. And yes, it did force, the wind is blowing out of the south, and it's pushing the game toward us. So most of the game was played on our side of the field here during the junior varsity contest. Let's start out by telling you the scratches for tonight that we've been informed of by the coaching staff. Of course, Evan Locke is out for the season with a broken leg. AJ Joint is out indefinitely with a broken clavicle. Pierce Schneider is a scratch for tonight, although I'm told he did resume practice yesterday. He's practicing lightly, and Coach Austin Clifton is hopeful that he will be able to return to action next week against the South High Titans on Tuesday. Other than that group, I believe everybody else is available. John Lee is injured, but is expected to start tonight. We do not have the starters for Northwest, and we are literally, folks, I am 8 feet down and 2 feet across from the PA speaker. So when they come out to be introduced, we're going to let the PA announcer do everything, and then we'll update it for you again. We'll update it again for you as they're playing here in the first half. And the referees are leading them out. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the PA announcer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Cape and Mount Carmel soccer program would like to welcome you to the Stryker Soccer Complex for tonight's GWAL contest between the Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders and the Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. We also want to extend a Crusader welcome to all alumni in attendance and our guests from Northwest. This evening's match is sanctioned by the Kansas State High School Activities Association. In accordance with Rule 52 of that body, we encourage your enthusiastic support and encouragement for the student athletes of both teams and remind all of the rules of good sportsmanship toward athletes, cheerleaders, coaches, officials, and with one another. We thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your caps as we give honor to God and country. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks as these young men, coaches, officials, and spectators come together here this evening in celebration of the gifts you have given to these young people. Please help them to give glory to you by performing to the best of their abilities. Please look over us always, keep us all safe from harm, and enkindle in us the spirit of true sportsmanship. We ask this in Jesus' name. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. It is now time for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Wichita Northwest Grizzlies. In goal, junior number 1, Johnny Wynn. Number 2, a senior, Basil Shaktur. A freshman, number 3, Brandon Ramirez. A senior, number 4, Landon Vestring. A junior, number 5, Elijah Benning. A senior, number 6, Calvin Bell. A senior, number 7, Christian Urbano. A sophomore, number 9, Jesus Ortiz. A junior, number 11, Carlos Gonzalez Huerta. A sophomore, number 18, Yaro Manduano Lopez. And finally, a junior, number 22, John Lee. The Grizzlies are coached by Austin Clifton. He's assisted by Art Shook and Corey Roberts. And now, the starting lineup for your Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders. In goal, a sophomore, number 00, Easton Ryder. Senior defender, a captain, number 2, Henry Algie. Sophomore midfielder, number 3, Roman Scognamillo. A junior midfielder, number 5, Alejandro Ruiz. A junior forward, number 8, Trey Lacey. A senior midfielder, a captain, number 9, Holden Schaefer. A junior forward, number 10, Elias Hamouche. A senior defender, number 13, Landon Pfeiffer. A sophomore defender, number 15, Will Fulgham. A senior defender, number 21, Cale Armstrong. And finally, junior forward, number 25, Spencer Zacko. The Crusaders are coached by Anthony Cantelli. He's assisted by Zach Marshall, Mikhail Maxwell, Tyler Maxwell, Blake Miller, and Travis Smith.
All right, folks, there's the starting lineups for both teams. And once again, for Kapaun, it's Ryder in goal. And then Algie, Scognamillo, Ruiz, Lacey, Schaefer, Hamouche, Landon Pfeiffer, Will Fulgham, Cale Armstrong, and Spencer Gatko. For Northwest, Johnny Hune, Basil Shaktur, Brandon Ramirez, Landon Vestring, Elijah Benning, Calvin Bell, Christian Urbano, Jesus Ortiz, Carlos Gonzalez Huerta, Jairo Manduano Lopez, and John Lee. And those are the starting lineups for your game here this evening. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth. Grizzlies are in their road white jerseys with blue trunks and blue numerals, and of course Kapaun in their home blues with white numerals and white trim. Getting set for Northwest to kick it off. And the only good thing about the PA speaker being where it is that it will shut off. And we only have to put up with the music on rare occasion. Kapaun Mount Carmel with the ball. That's Zacko with it. The junior. His brother graduated last year, and both those guys are tall. Lacey for Kapaun sends it back now to his defenders. That's Algie, sending it all the way back to goalkeeper Easton Ryder. Ryder sends it out here to the center of the field, where it's intercepted by Vestring. Vestring can't do anything with it, and then they call a foul, and it will be a free kick for Kapaun. They take it, send it over here on the near side. usually like to tell you who the officials are, and I do not recognize any of the three. And they did not introduce them when they introduced the starting lineups. Your executive producer, Isabella Moda. She's bringing you all the fine pictures you're going to see here in the varsity contest. And our statistician, April Isbell, is also up here with us on a very windy night here in Stryker Field's press box area. Very windy. This one is sent wide out of play, and it belongs to Northwest. Be a throw in over there, and that'll be handled by Brandon Ramirez. If you're just joining us, we're just underway in the varsity contest. No score. JV dropped a decision earlier, 3-1. And now instead of a throw in, I don't know what we're doing here. We've got an injured Grizzly player, and that's John Lee, who is limping off. And that is bad news for the soccer team and bad news for the football team. He is the place kicker for the Grizzlies football squad. And now they are carrying him off. That is not a good thing. So something has happened. He's been nursing a leg injury, and evidently something happened to it. And he is down on the floor getting worked on by the trainers. That one goes out of play, and looks like it's going to be a corner kick for Kapaun. AR over there was so emphatic about pointing his flag, he threw it. Good for him. Kapaun with it. Scognamillo puts it forward. Now there's one that's centered, and that goes over the goal line. It will be a goal kick for Northwest. This Northwest goal kick being brought to you by Mel Hambledon Ford. We're better, we're proving it. You be the judge. Mel Hambledon Ford, located at the corner of 119th Street West and Kellogg. Grizzlies get it back. Ramirez sends it wide, now sending it forward. Who's going to get it? It looks like Kapaun's going to come away with it. It's won there by Pfeiffer. He sends one forward, and Shakhtar is over here to center it, but it's intercepted by Lacey. Lacey goes ahead and takes a shot, and into the wind. It dies very quickly, and it will be a goalkeeper distribution for Johnny Hune. That one goes back and is intercepted by the Crusaders and kicked out of play. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Looks like Shakhtar is going to come up and take it for the Grizzlies. Looking for a target. Everybody seems to be covered. Now he puts it into an open spot, and running to it is Christian Urbano. He sends it wide. Now one comes up the middle, intercepted by Kapaun. Hyro with it on the far side. Gives it off to Benning. And there's another one intercepted by the Crusaders, and they'll start to bring it forward now. Grizzly had a nice build-up going there that time, but couldn't get the shot off. And Zacko brings it all the way down by himself. Now he has it taken off of his foot and sent back up. Carlos with it for Northwest. A chip forward. Headed away by Kapaun. Now Hyro gives chase and corrals it inside the 20. Centers one. That's going to be taken away now by Kapaun as it rolled right back to Holden Schaefer. And there's a shot blocked by the defense. Loose in front. Goes over the keeper's head. Still loose in front and finally cleared away by Kapaun. And you got to give credit where credit's due. That was a good defensive play by the Crusaders that time. As goalkeeper Easton Ryder came out and the ball bounced over his head. There's a shot by Carlos and an easy save by Ryder, although he made it look difficult. And it will be a goalkeeper distribution. 6.5 minutes gone here, first half, no score. Northwest and Kapaun Mount Carmel. Here's one headed forward by Shakhtar. Carlos with it on the near side, has it taken away by Kapaun, and here come the Crusaders, but they kick it out of play, and it will be a throw in for Northwest. Scognamio with it for Kapaun, and he takes a shot, goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Kapaun will sub in a player. Ramirez sends one down the middle. Scognamio with it again. Centering one for Zacko, and it's intercepted by Ramirez. Good play by Brandon. That one goes out of play, and it will belong to the Grizzlies for a throw-in. Carlos. Back to Landon. Over to Shakhtar, back to Landon. Calvin Bell giving chase. Hyro heads one back in play. Carlos with it, pops it in the air, heads it forward to Hyro. Back to Carlos. Now to Calvin Bell, or not Eli rather, up the middle. There's a shot, score! Hyro banks it home, and it's 1-0 Northwest. Northwest got rewarded. They came out fired up. Kapaun quickly kicks it off, and we're back underway.
Goal for Wichita Northwest by number 18, Yaro Manduano Lopez.
Don't have the assist on Hyro's goal for you, but it's a beauty, and the Grizzlies draw first blood. And we have a whistle, and we're gonna have a card here. I have not stopped the clock. No card being issued on that trip of Eli Benning, but it will be a free kick for Northwest. Calvin Bell will take this one. And if those guys are 10 yards away, I'll eat my hat. Oh, and a nice try for a run-through header, and it almost worked. Kapaun brings out that Zacko with it for the Crusaders. Calvin Bell intercepts it. Good job, Calvin. He gives it up on the near side for Urbano. Urbano sends one forward. And another trip, and this time they're going to call the foul. Or are they? They did not. That's 2. Now we have a stoppage of play, and a yellow card has been issued to someone, and I know exactly what it's for. And it will be someone in a white shirt that goes off, or it's the coach, one or the other. Must be the coaching staff, and I know what the yellow card is for. It's for protesting the lack of 2 fouls being called against Kapaun. Zacko has it deep, centers one, and Johnny is there to pick it up, and it will be a goalkeeper distribution for Northwest. Not exactly sure how it happened, but our clock, our graphics clock is 1 minute fast. We'll get that corrected when we get an opportunity, like when there's a goal scored. At this point, it doesn't make it a whole lot of difference. 28-25 remaining in the first half. Zacko with it for Kapaun. Now he loses it. Good job by Urbano, and he sends one forward on the near side. Here we go. That's Ortiz with it in this penalty area, centering it, and the shot is whiffed. A perfect centering pass by Ortiz, and they couldn't get the shot away. That ball had goal written on it. Now we have another whistle, and another yellow card has been issued. Don't know who's coming off there. I got to see who's coming off. Carlos? Carlos gets the yellow. It'll be a free kick for Kapaun here. I don't know if Carlos said so. I don't know what he did. I didn't see it.
For Kapaun Carmel, Julian Hernandez.
Back underway. And the Grizzlies pressing again. Calvin Bell can't get to it. Here comes Kapaun Mount Carmel's Landon Pfeiffer, number 13, with it. And he has it taken away there by Urbano. Now Benning with it. Benning has 2 players draped all over him. And they're saying the ball went out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Crusaders. Landon Pfeiffer will do the honors for the Crusaders. Scognamio with it now at the 25. He's going to send one wide. Ball goes out of play. It will stay with the Crusaders. Nice crowd on hand here at Stryker Field. This one's in the air, headed to center. Here's a chance. Shakhtar providing the defense, and it gets blasted wide in desperation. It will be a goal kick for Northwest, and a nice play that time by Basil Shakhtar. Ramirez has it, far side, back to him now. Benning gives it back to Ramirez. And the Grizzlies starting to work it downfield. Zacko centers one. It goes through the box, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest, I think. Although they're lining up like we touched it. And yes, I guess we did. It will be a corner kick for Kapaun. This will be into the wind, and there's plenty of it. You can't be cold. Oh, come on, Isabella. You cannot be cold.
Alejandro Ruiz checks back in for Kapaun.
Ruiz comes back in for the Crusaders. Loose in the air, and Johnny got an arm on it. Or did he? No, it went over his head, went over his outstretched arm, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. Inside 25 to go, first half. Grizzlies lead 1-0. Landon Vestring will take the goal kick. These goal kicks with this wind are going to be an adventure. Landon Pfeiffer intercepts it, gets a head on it. Now it's headed forward and trapped there by Calvin Bell. Bell, nice ball to Urbano. Urbano, one man to beat, and it's Algie. Urbano still with it, and it goes over the goal line, and thank you, AstroTurf, for nothing. Another reason the game of soccer should be played on real grass. Scognamillo with it for Kapaun. Sends it up to Zacko on the near side. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Grizzlies, and that was a wind blown out of bounds. That one went out of bounds too. The wind got it too and never made it in. It will be a throw in now for Kapaun. Lights are on here at Stryker Field. Scognamillo gets a round shock tour, centers one. That's a nice centering pass. Will they get the shot off? They move it over to the other side. Defense collapses right with it, and Landon Vestring intercepts and sends it out to center. Headed forward by Algie. Holden Schaefer with it. Kapaun on the far side now. Up the middle it comes. And dished off here to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer forward to Scognamillo on left wing. Scognamillo centers one. There's a shot that's going to go wide right. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Goal kick taken all the way out where Brett Anderson couldn't control it. Now he's fighting for it again. And it's centered, and Henry Algie will bring it up for Kapaun. High row on the far side has it. That'll be a free kick for the Crusaders. After the foul was called. Vestring will send it over here to Shocktour. Shocktour into the center circle. Chip forward, intercepted by Algie. Now who's going to get it as it rolls loose here? 50-50 ball is won by Scognamillo. He sends it up to Zacko. Landon Vestring, good tackle. Landon Vestring tackles the crossing pass and sends it wide. Kapaun still with it. There's a big blast off of Kapaun's number 9. That would be Holden Schaefer. And here come the Grizzlies back. A chance for a shot and a save. Score! The follow-up score by Christian Urbano, and it makes it 2-0. Beautifully done by the Grizzlies.
Wichita Northwest goal by number 7, Christian Urbano.
Urbano gets the tally. And we're back underway with 20 minutes and change remaining in the first half. 2-0, Grizzlies lead. Corner kick coming from Kapaun on the near side, though it'll be into the wind. Loose in front. Comes back out. Jesus with it. He sends a nice pass in. Oh, beautiful ball for Eli. Eli tried to get it to Urbano, who was crashing through. I think he may have been offside anyway. And Kapaun comes away with it. Trey Lacey brings it up. Tackle by Shocktour. Now a tackle by Vestring, and he captures the ball. Beautifully played by Landon Vestring. And Vestring is tripped. Scognamio got him. I was half expecting a card to come out. No card. Shocktour will get the free kick. Shocktour sends it out to center. There's a long dump ball, and this is a problem. And a break for Northwest as Ben Scognamio, number 7, send it wide. We have 2 Scognamios in the game, by the way.
Returning for Wichita Northwest, number 18, Jairo Manduano Lopez, and Trey Lacey back in for the Crusaders.
Did you have the assist on the second goal? You gave it to Carlos. Carlos gets the assist. Huh? We're okay. We're okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, I can't hear what you're saying, so we'll talk about it at half. She's sitting right in front of me, and it's so windy I can't hear her. It's just terrible. Ryder makes the save, gets the ball out. Kapaun with it at midfield. Trey Lacey sends one forward. And Ben Scognamio, number 7, on the near side with it. He centers one. It goes right through the wickets of everybody, and that may actually roll out of play, and it does. It'll belong to Northwest. And the Grizzlies are going to sub a player in. We'll let the PA guy tell us who it is. Miss Moda's having a hard time with the PA speaker being 3.5 feet from her left ear. I do not understand why that's a problem. Don't worry about it.
Subbing in for the Grizzlies, number 17, Dominic Johnson.
Johnson comes in for Northwest. There's a whiff by Eli, but the ball taken back by Shakhtar. He'll send it up to Jesus, and now they're going to call. What are they calling? We have offside? We have over and back in this game? Isn't that what that means? I didn't know we had over and back. They're calling an offside on Northwest. I don't understand that call at all, but Kapaun with it. Ruiz has it. Now there's a long one that's going wide. Lacey with it. Centers one, and it's blocked out. Nice job, Brandon Ramirez on defense for Northwest. There's another one, and Brandon knocks it over the goal line. It'll be a corner for Kapaun with 15:30 to go in half number one. They kept it on the ground that time. Now Dominic Johnson's going to clear it over the sideline. It'll be a throw in for the Crusaders. Well, Soto threw it in, and then there's a foul, and it'll be a free kick for Kapaun now. In the air it goes, a header and a score. Nice set piece for the Crusaders.
Crusader goal, Alejandro Ruiz.
Ruiz scores for Kapaun, and Scognamio gets the assist. Five scores, 7 gets the assist. Back underway.
Returning from Wichita Northwest, number 11, Carlos Gonzalez Huerta. Also, Spencer Zacco back in for Kapaun.
Well, we got a great picture of a lady taking a picture. She has no clue she was on TV. She's taking a picture of her daughter, who's up in the crow's nest right next to us, running a huddle cam. Two to one now, Grizzlies lead. Kapaun got the Schneider off the board, and that's a big play, always, when you get that first score. Throw in coming for the Crusaders.
Roman Scott Milo back in for Kapaun.
Hyro with it, centers one. Jesus couldn't control it, and Kapaun comes away with it. Nice throw in there from Shakhtar. Out to center. Grizzlies need now to toughen up. I could have told you 2 goals would not be enough. That gets knocked out of play by Ortiz. Quickly thrown in by Kapaun. Schaefer brings it down the center of the field. Zacco has his pass blocked. Nice play by the Crusaders. And a nice play by Northwest. kick coming for Northwest on the far side of the field. About 10 yards from the goal line. They keep it low, and it's intercepted by Lacey. There's a shot and a save that time by Ryder. He'll throw it off here to the near side. The lights now starting to take effect here at Stryker Field as the sun is setting in the west. Ryder kicks that one out of play. That'll be a throw in for Northwest, and I didn't understand that play at all.
Returning for the Grizzlies, number 5, Elijah Benning.
Benning returns for Northwest. He'll replace, who did he replace? Schachter throws it in to Carlos. Back now to Schachter. Bassel, oh, bad pass by Bassel that time, right to a blue shirt. Benning gets it, sends it to the back line where Brandon Ramirez will send it wide on the far side. And now there's a foot race. Who's going to win it? Looks like Kapaun won that one. Carlos over there as well. Benning back again to Brandon. Now Brandon will send it wide. Johnson with it now at the 35. He gives it to Schachter, back to Benning. Elijah Benning will give it back to Bassel. And a three-way back to Elijah. And Elijah chips one forward for Schachter. Schachter centers it. Jesus is there. Back to Schachter. Bassel looking to center it again. Gets it back instead to Jairo. He puts it in the air. And that's headed away by Kapaun. And finally, one over the goal line. That'll be a goal kick for the Crusaders. 8:35 to go, first half. 2-1 Northwest. Kapaun with it at center. Holden Schaefer brings it up. Gives it off to Roman Scognamio on the far side. And there's a long pass, centering it. Chip back, and who's going to get it? It's in the air loose. And Eli comes away with it. Tackled away there by Schaefer. Ben Scognamio centers it for Zacco. Zacco, a shot and a score. Zacco scores from Scognamio, and that's going to tie it at 2.
Crusader goal, Spencer Zacco.
That's 25 from 7. Feeding that information to our lovely statistician, April Isbell. So we're tied at 2. Grizzlies scored the first 2, and Kapaun came roaring back here.
Friendly is finding a better rate, an instant debit card, scholarships and teacher grants for projects, loans specifically for teachers and healthcare professionals, being the #1 auto lender for a reason, more than $400,000 in community partnerships, Credit Union of America. Welcome to Friendly. Learn more at cuofamerica.com.
This may sound like a typical high school basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Shall we book it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Hi friends, Phil Nightingale, General Manager at Mel Hamilton Ford. Have you been thinking about a new SUV? Right now is a great time to buy a new Ford at the big one of 119th and West Kellogg. EcoSport, Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition. Mel Hamilton Ford is sure to have the right vehicle to fit your size. And you know you can count on us with this great selection to find the right SUV at the best price to fit your budget. Check us out online or in person. Let us make your purchase easy with pickup and delivery right from your home or work. Mel Hamilton Ford, experience the difference.
What does it mean when people say America is a land of opportunity?
It means the power to discover,
To redefine yourself.
To improve yourself.
to challenge yourself.
To realize there's more in you
Than you ever knew.
that you could do.
It means giving people an open field to explore what they do best.
With the best tools,
The best training.
The best technology in the world.
We bring out the best in the people who serve.
So you can be all you can be.
Grizzly Soccer Online is supported by Todd Eflin Narrates. I'm the voice you hear on our sponsor announcements. My wife is an alum of Northwest, and this is my 6th season as your announcer. I was a longtime radio personality in Wichita and now do full-time voice acting. You can use my voice for your business, like product or training videos, telephone systems, radio or TV spots, and audiobooks. Learn more online at toddeflin.com. That's TODDEFLIN.com.
righty, we are back. Are we back or not? Yes, we're back. Okay, we finally got it fixed. We apologize. Our audio went down. We're not exactly sure. Stop that. We're not exactly sure when it went down, but it did go down, and we've got it back. It seems to be in good working order now, and I hope it didn't happen the entire first half. I guess I'll find that out when I go back and review this broadcast. But the wind has been wreaking havoc with our equipment up here. We've already lost one piece that blew overboard. So the fact that we lost our audio and did not know it does not surprise me in the least, and we thank those who called in to tell us that we had no audio, and hopefully they're hearing us right now. Less than a minute to go till we start the second half. Grizzlies trail 2-0. They have goals from Christian Urbano and Jairo Lopez. And Kapaun Mount Carmel with 3. They have one from Scognamillo, one from Zacco, and one from somebody I don't remember, to be honest with you. Grizzlies will play from right to left here in the second half. Again, the Grizzlies are in their road whites with blue trunks, and Kapaun in their solid blue tops and bottoms. Now we have no, there we go. All right, wanting to make sure we're actually going out. Kapaun will kick it off, and we're ready to start the second half here. And we are underway. Kapaun with the ball, deep in Grizzly territory already, down to the 10-yard line. And that one goes in, and a quick score. Wow.
Crusader goal, Spencer Zacco.
Zacco gets his second goal of the game. You all right? Zacco was 25, and I didn't see the assist. I'm sorry. I think the assist may have been 10, but I'm not sure. Grizzlies kick it off now, down by a pair. That goal being scored in the first 30 seconds of the second half. Those are killers. The first minute of the second half or the last minute of the first half are killer goals. Here's another pass. Ben Scognamillo dishes it back. There's a long one that goes over everything. And I think head coach Anthony Cantelli has got this team taking batting practice here. Everybody trying to pound it home. You're a soccer player. You should be able to run that. Oh. Back out to center. Kapaun intercepts it, sends it forward. Calvin Bell on the far side sends it up, and they're going to call an offside. How can that? Oh, I see. They called Jairo for being offside, but he was on the complete opposite side of the field. But he was offside. Kapaun gets it. That one is blocked by Bell. Bell sends it over to Bassel. Shakhtar sends it forward. Grizzlies down by a pair here, second half. 37 and change remaining in the contest. On the far side. There's another shot and another score. This time that's Zacko. That's a hack trick for Zacko.
Crusader goal, Spencer Zacko.
You know, you leave the guy unmarked, he's going to score on you. Give him an unassisted goal. And it's 5-2. And the Grizzlies kick it off again. Grizzlies need to find whatever it was they had in the first quarter of this game where they dominated play, because Kapaun has certainly taken it away from them here. Here's Zacko again. That one goes over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Land Investing will line up to take it for the Grizzlies. Zacko with a hat trick here. Scognamio with it. The senior. And he's deflected. It's going to go out of play. It'll belong to Northwest. Here's an opportunity for the Grizzlies. 2-on-3. Into the penalty area they go. Benning can't get the shot off, and it's taken away by Kapaun. Grizzlies get it back. Jesus. Now we have a whistle and a stoppage of play, and I don't know what they're calling. Let's see what it is. They're going to give it to Northwest. No, they're just calling a throw-in. I thought they were calling a foul. Boy, everybody stopped. Carlos. And now it goes forward into a sea of blue. And here comes Kapaun on the counterattack, far side. Shot blocked that time by Carlos. It's going to go out of play. It'll be a corner kick for Kapaun on the near side of the field. They'll have the wind helping them, as the wind is coming out of the southeast, blowing from the far corner to my left to the near corner on my right as you're watching it. 5 minutes gone, second half. Grizzlies trail 5-2. They led at one point 2-0. I was actually getting hopeful here that this team had found itself, but Kapaun came back, as good teams do. Over here on the near side with it is Schaefer. And Hyro, he tried to clear it and couldn't get it out. Schaefer has it again. His pass in is blocked. And coming out to get it for Kapaun Mount Carmel is Cale Armstrong. Calvin Bell gets it and chips one up to Carlos, and now a foul is called on Carlos. Must have handballed, and it will be a free kick for Kapaun. They quickly take it. That one's kicked out of play there by Isaac Featherston. Iro steals it. Come on, guys, let's go. Grizzlies send three guys forward with Benning. Now a foul called on Benning, and it'll be a free kick for Kapaun Mount Carmel. 7 minutes gone, second half, Grizzlies down 3. And again, if you lost your audio in the first half at some point. We don't know at what point we lost it. We apologize for not having it for you. And if a significant part of the audio was lost, we will upload a copy of this game in the videos section on NWHS Grizz, because that's assuming, of course, we were able to capture the video. We're not sure we did either. Free kick coming for the Crusaders.
Northwest, number 21, Andrew Smith.
On the far side, Shakhtar with it. Sends it forward to midfield. Kapaun gets it. And the Crusaders send it forward. Here we go again. Chance for Kapaun Mount Carmel. Lacey sends it back. Schaefer. Scognamillo sends it wide. Loose ball in the penalty area. Who's going to get it? And it'll be Carlos that gets it. I don't know why Johnny just didn't pick it up. And a shot bounces off of Carlos, hits the crossbar, and we're getting a gift here. This should be a corner kick. We'll take it. Starting to get cloudy here again at Stryker. It is supposed to rain tonight. Hoping the rain holds off another 31 minutes. Here's one Scognamillo steals off of Featherston. He centers one. Crusaders have it. That's Schaefer. Schaefer to Scognamillo. Now on the far side. Spin move, back. There's a long one that's going to go wide, and is it going to stay in? It does. Kept in there very nicely by Hamouche. He throws it out to center. This is going to go all the way back to Ryder, who hasn't touched the ball in a while. And there's a long one that's going to go wide. That'll be a goal kick for the Crusaders. Comes with 30 minutes and change remaining here in the second half. Ryder sends it wide. Now down the middle it comes for Kapaun Mount Carmel. Over here on the near side. Gets it past Featherston. Goes out of play. It'll stay with the Crusaders. Featherston touched it on the way out. That one is going to go out of play. It'll be a throw in for Kapaun, and that's a pretty good defensive play by Schaefer.
Tucker Gray returning for the Crusaders.
They'll finish their substitution. And we're back at it. Scognamillo centers one. There's a shot, score. Give the score to number 9, Holden Schaefer.
Crusader goal, number 9,
give the assist to number 3, Roman Scognamillo. And it's now 6-2. And the Grizzlies losing control of this one. On the far side, Northwest trying to get something going. They center one, and it's blocked out by the Crusaders. Kapaun brings it down the far side of the field. Crusaders still with it. This one goes out. It will be a corner kick for Kapaun. On the far side, that'll be a wind-aided corner kick for the Crusaders. The only thing you wonder is, are they going to get one of these home? There's a shot, a save by Johnny, and then a save by Featherston as he chested one out. And the score stays where it is. Ortiz with it for Northwest at the 35. And now they're calling a foul. Or they're saying it went out of play, excuse me. Quick throw in for Northwest. Ortiz sends it into the penalty area, but nobody there. Andrew Smith was closest to it, but he didn't take off after it or go to fill the space. So the ball ended up in the hands of Ryder. He punts it out here to center. Pretty good boot. Grizzlies get it. That's Bell with it. Bell sends it wide to Shocktour. Shocktour, heavily guarded. Fighting for it, goes down. And Kapaun comes back 3-on-4. Carlos comes back to take it away from Lacey. Oh, here's a loose ball in front, and that one is sent. Pretty good defensive play there to get that out of bounds, or get that over near the out of bounds area. Carlos sends it. Now here's an opportunity for the Grizzlies, but Ryder is there to make an easy catch, and he'll have a goalkeeper distribution for the Crusaders. And it comes out here right below us. And Calvin Bell and Scognamillo exchange greetings. It'll be a throw-in for Northwest. I'm sorry, they're going to give the ball to Kapaun. Everybody thought it was going to be Northwest ball except the guy in the middle. And actually they're calling a foul here instead. So they're calling Calvin Bell for a pushing foul, which quite honestly is a pretty good call. Deep into Grizzly territory. This one's going to roll out. It will belong to Kapaun Mount Carmel. 15 minutes gone. Second half. Grizzlies down by 4. We'll do this again on Tuesday, 1 week from tonight. Grizzlies are subbing in some players here. Looks like, who's that? Looks like Miles Bemis over there. Coming in on defense. I don't know who else came.
For Char Northwest, number 7, Christian Urbano, and number 20, Miles Bemis. Also back in for the Crusaders, number 16, Julian Hernandez, number 12, Jesus Soto, and number 5, Alejandro Ruiz.
Well, you heard it yourself. I don't need to repeat it. Grizzlies with the ball. Benning has it. 1-on-2, splits the defenders with the ball. Here comes Urbano, who just came in, and he'll give it back to Benning. Benning at the 35, the 30, and has it poked off his foot back to midfield. Urbano gets it. Calvin Bell sends it wide. Bemis is over there. It's noteworthy that John Lee, who was carried off the field in the first half with a leg injury, has not returned, and he is probably done for the night. And there's a shot and a score by Zacko, unassisted.
Crusader goal, Spencer Zacko.
That's 4. He's been open 4 times. He's scored on all 4 of them. Did you ladies find out anything about John Lee when you were over there at halftime?
No, we just went to the bathroom.
Oh. You could have simply said we didn't go over there. That would have been enough. That's what I think that qualifies as too much information. All right, it's a goal for the Crusaders, and Northwest kicks it off. They're down by 5 now. I think the issue has pretty much been decided. Crusaders working the ball down the field. They've got it 5-on-5. There's a shot that's blocked by the defense, and Johnny mishandled it, but he got it back. He will punt it, keeps it low, goes over the head of Hyro, and is won by Kapaun. Urbano brings it up the far side. Grizzlies have 4-on-4, got a chance to do something here. This one's going to go over the goal line. It will be a goal kick for the Crusaders. Grizzlies will sub a player in. That looks like it's Featherston coming back.
Subbing in for Northwest, number 12, Brett Anderson.
Like I said, it's Brett Anderson. And here's the goal kick in the air out to center. Grizzlies fighting hard to get it back. Anderson right in the middle of it. And here comes down the field. Here's a chance for Kapaun. In the penalty area, there's a shot, and it's wide right. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Waiting some ball retrieval here. We evidently don't have any ball boys back there. The wind is literally blowing my headset off of my head.
Subbing in for Northwest.
He evidently doesn't know either.
Number 16, Daniel Avila.
Avila comes in for the first time in the varsity contest. He scored the only goal in the JV contest tonight with 13 seconds remaining in the game. Kapaun with it. This one's going to get knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Crusaders.
Trey Lacey returns for the Crusaders.
Grizzlies with it in their own end, and they send it out the middle. There's Urbano with it on his foot at the 35. Now he'll send one in, and Jairo is offside by 3 yards. That'll come back. Second time they've trapped him off. What are you pointing at? Kapaun's pass is intercepted there by John Lee, who's back on the floor. I figured he was done for the night. That shows you what I know. Glad to see him back in the game for Northwest. Jairo with it at center for Northwest, and here he comes, and he tried to send a long feeder pass through for Andrew Smith, but it was intercepted. Now we have Kapaun caught offside. And it will be a free kick for Northwest. Just be careful you don't fall. Grizzlies are making some substitutions. I guess they waved off the offside in favor of the goal kick, but that took away 20 yards from Northwest. That didn't make much sense. 17 to go.
Subbing in for Wichita Northwest, number 13, Max Nuno, and number 17, Dominic Johnson.
Nuno and Johnson come in for Northwest. Nuno has the ball at the moment to throw it in. And it comes to Andrew Smith. Out to Brett Anderson. Anderson to Urbano. Urbano to the center to Dominic Johnson, and Johnson sends it on the far side. There's a shot and a save by Ryder. Then it's knocked out of play, or it's kept in play, I should say, by the Grizzlies, and the centering pass is intercepted by Lacey for Kapaun. Jairo tried to tackle, didn't get the ball. Lacey passes it off to Julian Hernandez, number 16. Now a centering pass, loose in front. There's a shot and a save by Johnny. Ball stays in play and is finally kicked out of play, where it will be a throw in for Kapaun, and a good save that time by the Northwest goalkeeper. Kapaun will throw it in. Lacey has it. Centers one. Back into the penalty area it goes. And Scognamillo brings it back out. Hernandez sends it across. And it's blocked out nicely by Bemis that time. And there's one over everything, and it will be a goal kick for Northwest. Kapaun 7, Grizzlies 2. Grizzlies scored twice and then 7 unanswered by the Crusaders. 3 of them in a 3-minute span of the first half when Kapaun just exploded. Scognamio again sends one in, saved by Johnny on the far side. Bemis with it. He'll send one forward. And we have a free kick coming for Northwest. Kapaun Mount Carmel coming away with it. There's a long lead pass, and they're going to let it go over the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Northwest. Be nice to see the Grizzlies get another score or two here to have something to build on for their game at South High on Tuesday. And the other kind of football on Friday night will have us at home.
Entering the match for the Crusaders, number 6, Marshall McKee, number 5, Alejandro Ruiz, and number 1, Tommy Thompson.
We'll be home Friday night against the East High Blue Aces in City League football action. We're on the air at 6:30 with a pregame show, and then the football kickoff is set for 7:05 on Thursday night. Fall and get hurt, I'm going to get mad. I'm telling you. I don't want anybody hurt here. Dominic Johnson with it for Northwest. He sends it back to Lee. Lee sending it over on the near side. This one goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Northwest. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. Don't fall. I know.
Subbing in for the Grizzlies, number 15, Isaac Featherston.
Kapaun Mount Carmel with the ball. That one gets deflected off of Johnson, and then Nuno gets in there and puts one up in the air. Who's going to get it? Featherston fought for it, and Hyro will slide for it. He's going to have some carpet burns tomorrow. This one going deep, centering pass, and it's deflected by the Grizzlies. Good job there by John Lee on that deflection. Ruiz, who already has a goal, tried to center one. This one's knocked out. It will belong to Kapaun, and we have a whistle, And a stoppage of play for an injury.
Subbing in for the Crusaders, number 4, Donovan Rieger, and number 18, Max Maldonado.
Crusaders emptying their bench with a 5-goal lead. Awaiting a free kick from the Crusaders. And we're back underway. Headed out by Northwest and all the way back out to center by Dominic Johnson. Good play by young Mr. Johnson. Lacey with it for Kapaun. Brett Anderson intercepted it. Ben Skogdamio's younger brother Roman gets it for Kapaun Mount Carmel, number 3. And again, back out to center it comes. Centering pass by Kapaun, bringing it up. Lacey's going to throw it in, but not until Kapaun makes a substitution.
Entering the match for the Crusaders, number 19, for the win, Cale Armstrong coming back. And entering the game, number 24, Jimmy Madden.
Kapaun again making liberal substitutions here in the late going. 8 minutes to go in the game. Grizzlies down 7-2. Andrew Smith chips one forward for Featherston, and Featherston returns the favor, but this one's going to roll out of play, and it will be a throw-in for Kapaun Mount Carmel. Ruiz sends it back. Now all the way back to Rieger. Crusaders content to stretch the field out a little bit and run some time off the clock. Ruiz has his pass blocked out of play. It'll stay with, oh, they gave it to Northwest. Brett Anderson to Featherston. Featherston goes down. Kapaun gets it, sends it across. Hyro can't control it. And here comes Kapaun Mount Carmel again. Trey Lacey on the near side. Anderson, and then Landon Vestring comes out. Featherston with it at the 40. He sends it forward to Hyro on the far side. Here's Andrew Smith with a chance. Down the near side, he's got a wide angle. Looking to center. Does so, and too weak a pass, and Brett Anderson couldn't get there, and Kapaun comes out with it. Here comes the Crusaders on the counterattack, and that one is knocked out of play by John Lee, and a good play by Lee. Centering pass chipped out by Vestring. Brett Anderson fighting for it, still fighting for it, and they're going to call Anderson for a foul, and Anderson is wanting a foul called on his counterpart, and the center referee will have none of that. Inside 5 minutes to go now. Kapaun with a free kick at the 30-yard line, 40 yards from pay dirt. And a nice catch by Johnny. And yeah, Johnny gave up 7 tonight, but defensive lapses were killers on 4 of the goals. At least 4 of the goals. At center, Kapaun with it. And a nice takeaway by the Grizzlies. That was Miles Bemis that sent it forward. Here's a shot, and it's wide. Oh, Jairo had a great goal-scoring opportunity, and he fired it wide. It'll be a goal kick for Kapaun. How unfortunate. We'll be signing off as soon as the game concludes because we have to pack everything up before they turn the lights off. So I'm going to thank April Isbell and Isabella Moda for their help tonight. Couldn't have done it without them in more ways than one. And we look forward to seeing all of you folks, first of all, Friday when the football team takes on East High. We're on the air at 6:30, and then next Tuesday, soccer at South High to take on the Titans in a City League contest. We'll be on the air at 4:45 on Tuesday. There's one loose in front and a save by Reeder. And I don't know if it's Reeder or Ryder, but whatever it is, he's done a good job in goal tonight. Over here on the near side, Ruiz sends it forward. Dominic Johnson sends one back. Now he'll go over and try and get it again, unable to do so. Grizzlies still working hard, trying to get a third goal here late in the game. Throw in for Kapaun. Here's a chance for Andrew Smith to do something. And he centers one. Anderson can't get to it. Come on, Brett. He passes it across, and it's cleared out by Kapaun. It'll be a throw in for Northwest. Throw in comes in quickly to Max Nuno. Nuno puts one in the center of the field. That's a pretty good ball. Kapaun clears it out. Miles Bemis giving chase over there. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining in the game. Kapaun with it now, driving into Grizzly territory, trying to add to their 5-goal lead. Chance for the Grizzlies. Shot, and it goes wide. That was Isaac Featherston who had a chance but couldn't connect. And with 15 seconds to go, that's pretty much going to do it.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, there's the horn. That ends the game. Final score, Cape and Mount Carmel 7 and the Grizzlies 2. Again, we thank you for joining us tonight. Hope to see you Friday night for football and next Tuesday from South High. Until then, for April and for Isabella, I'm Kevin Arkin saying good night from Stryker Field.
21 at Southeast. That game is